Hello friends and welcome to the Gamer Down. This is your host, Dark Hostess, your humble host. And I must apologize for the lack of videos these past 7 days. I have a health condition and it's really got the better of me this past week. I'm finally feeling a little bit better, at least good enough to where I can, use the computer and everything like that. Yeah, it gets pretty bad at times, The reason I tell you guys about my health condition is just to explain, why I'm not around, maybe also why I don't, answer my comments and all those things like that is I'm really just not able to, really. I have to take quite a bit of medication just to make it through the day, and, I'm not sure how my health is going to turn out. I always make plans for the future, and I always keep trying, and I keep moving forward, but, just sometimes it just gets the better of me, and I've been in bed pretty much all this past week, unable to get on the computer, unable to really do much of anything, really. It gets really bad at times, I'm seeing some more doctors at this point right now, and I have lots of doctor's appointments. It's a lot too, it's a long story, really. It's been going on for quite a few years now, my health problems. Even when I first began this channel, I'd been having health problems for a long time. But, that's how life is, people who tell you like, oh man, I am making it through this terminal illness, with a smile on my face. Those people are full of shit, really. It's a struggle every day. Every day is different. And every day you have to, hope for the best. And video games are a really good way to keep your mind off things. And that's why I play so many video games. And Star Wars The Old Republic, tomorrow should be the day that they allow early access. I should be in that. And I feel well enough, I believe, where I can go ahead and jump right into that and start the leveling and everything. So you can expect that on tap the next couple of days. You're going to see the new Star Wars The Old Republic, like we're seeing right now in the background here. This is from the beta. And tomorrow you'll get to see the retail version, hopefully. Hopefully. I'm waiting on my email, for my early access. It should be coming today or tomorrow. And as soon as I get it, hey, you guys are going to see what I see. You're going to see all the grandeur of when an MMO first opens. That's always a great day. It's always one of the best days for any MMO. Their first day, unless they're riddled with bugs, so that it can be a bad day, but it's really always an exciting time. Everybody is starting out from level 1. Everything's new to almost everybody, except for the hardcore beta players. And would you believe it? I actually got a free 30 days for Rift recently. Just out of the blue, Tryon sent me a free 30 days, and what's kind of disturbing is if I had been subscribed, I probably wouldn't got those free 30 days because I posted a message on the general forum saying, hey, thanks for the free 30 days, sure, I'll play Rift, if it's free. And it got deleted fairly quickly because I'd kind of made a jab about, how paid subscribers didn't get their free 30 days. And if they had been unsubscribed, they would have got their free 30 days. So whatever. I'm going to be playing Star Wars The Old Republic mainly anyway. But since they gave me a free 30 days, I probably will pull out another Rift video or two. I wanted to finish that Ember Isle Kildex. I started some major controversy over on the Rift forums. I really haven't had the time to read through all those 50 pages of bullshit that I started. I really don't care either. People are going to say what they're going to say. And when you're out in the public like I am, with a channel like this, and you bare your soul on a daily basis, people are going to take jabs at your soul, and you can choose to ignore them or try to, defend yourself, but it's just never worth it. I don't have the health to sit there all day and respond to forum trolls and things like that. I just really don't. But I have some defenders out there, and it's kind of nice that people who do watch my channel and who are fans of mine, they do try to defend me. So I do appreciate that very, very much. Anyway, I am very, very excited to begin in Star Wars The Old Republic and work on my character that I'm going to keep for a while at least. Star Wars The Old Republic, it is an Altaholics game. It is built for Altaholics. It is made to play through multiple times. You know, there are raids, there are a raid, I should say. What I've been told is the raiding in the end game is fairly bare minimum. So most of the content is through leveling up, and we're going to enjoy the story as we go along. I'm going to do a Star Wars The Old Republic Noob Adventures type thing, like I did for Rift, like the Rift Noob Adventures. And I'm probably going to narrate it after the fact, because I like to reflect on the video and show you the important things and not drag it down with a lot of me just walking. You know, you can really fill up a lot of video time just walking, and it gets kind of boring. It really does. So, you know, I'm going to try to highlight the high points of Star Wars The Old Republic and leveling. I believe I'm going to do a Jedi, and I'm going to try and do all light side. So that's the plan, at least. And then probably what I'll do next time is probably do something on the Sith side, and I will probably go all evil. You know, hey, just do the complete opposite, just for the kicks and grins. But that is the plan so far. So there's going to be a ton of Star Wars stuff coming up. I know that I'm sorry I kind of bailed out on all the beta stuff excuse me, I had going on, and it was just really due to my health, and just you know, things happen. Really, I have no control over my health. I wish I did. So I tell you my plans, and I really hate breaking my promises, but those are my plans. My plans are to do a complete leveling series through Star Wars The Old Republic. And, you know, I'll tell you how I feel about the game, honestly. You know, if there's things I don't like about it, I'm going to definitely bring those to your attention. And I'm going to definitely show you the really cool things there are to see. You know, they have added quite a bit of social aspects to this game. They've added tons of bars and, like, cantinas, and I've only seen really like 2 or 3 planets, and I have a whole mess of planets on tap I have to go see, and I get my starship, and you know, there's a lot of cool things. You know, I'm really excited about this game. I'm really looking forward to it. And then in addition to that, I also wanted to maybe do a little bit more WoW stuff, and definitely going to at least probably squeeze out 1 or 2 more Rift videos. Since they gave me 30 free days, you know, I feel I at least owe them that much. I at least owe them a couple of videos. I mean, I'll try not to be as harsh on them, but, you know, Tryon, you know, the makers of Rift, you know, they're probably sweating bullets at this point right now, because Star Wars The Old Republic is coming out tomorrow. I imagine they're just, you know, really worried, really worried. And people can say what they want, you know, like, oh, you know, the fanboys of Rift, you know, they can say, oh, you know, well, they're going to go play Star Wars for a week, and then they're going to come back crying on their knees, you know, back to Rift, and, you know, give me a freaking break. You know, you know, if people play Star Wars The Old Republic, even for a limited time, even if they only play it for like 1 month, 2 months, they're probably going to move on to the next big thing, you know, because there's Guild Wars 2 coming up. There's the beta for Mists of Pandaria. There's Diablo 3. There's a lot of alternatives to Rift at this point, and I doubt anyone will be crawling back to Rift. You know, Rift's a good game. Rift's a fun game, but you know, it's nothing real special. You know, Star Wars The Old Republic has some uniqueness to it. It is KOTOR. It is Knights of the Old Republic in an MMO form. So we're going to see how that flies as we level through it. See if it worked out for them. You know, I might even attempt to do a little dual boxing, which is playing 2 characters at the same time, because you are able to do the flashpoints with just 2 people because of your companions. That's another plus. There's lots of cool things we're going to be seeing in this game, and I can't wait. I look forward to tomorrow. So thanks guys for hanging in there with my channel, and you just have to forgive my illness. I know I have to. It sucks and it gets to me. This has been Darkosis. Remember to subscribe and thumbs up videos. Take care of yourself.